The ignition switch is one of those car components that nobody pays much attention to. And that's not surprising, since the ignition switch doesn't require servicing and lasts the lifetime of the vehicle in most cases. But when it fails or starts failing, you will definitely notice it. The two main symptoms of a bad ignition switch are the engine not starting at all or the inability to turn the key. Then there is a rare chance that the engine starts but shuts off seconds later. Random stalling while driving and auxiliaries not turning on or shutting off randomly is also common. What are the 6 symptoms of a bad ignition switch? 1. Can't turn the key. The only interactive function of an ignition switch is turning the key inside of it. In order to do that, the key needs to align with the key cylinder pins almost perfectly. But over time, those pins can wear out, the springs behind them can break, and even the key can wear out. When any of that happens, you won't be able to turn the key and thus turn the engine on. Wiggling the key around in the ignition might help for a short time, but that will quickly wear the components out even more. In this case, it's important to check if it's the key or the ignition switch. The best way to do it is to get a spare key and try with that. If you don't have one, find photos online of the key for your vehicle and see how sharp or deep the key cutouts are, and then compare them to your key. If your key is visibly worn out, you can get a replacement key and have someone cut it out. That usually costs around $100. But if it's the ignition switch, the only solution is to replace it with a new one. 2. Engine won't crank. If you have ever seen the back of an ignition switch, then you know it has a bunch of wires coming off of it. Those wires signal the starter motor, lights, and engine control unit. The connection between the wires and the ignition switch is a moving part, so it's not uncommon for those contacts to wear out. If it so happens that the starter motor contacts are bad, the engine won't crank. In this case, the key will still turn normally, the lights will come on, and you can even push start the car. You can also bypass the starter motor relay or the ignition switch to start the engine and check if it's the ignition switch. It's also worth mentioning that some safety features also disable the starter motor. Those are the neutral safety switch, alarm systems, and brake clutch pedal switches. And if you hear a click when you turn the key, but the engine doesn't crank, it usually means the starter motor is bad. 3. Engine stalls. After a few seconds. Often when an ignition switch fails, it affects the immobilizer system as well. Most immobilizer systems, especially in older cars, cut the fuel supply to the engine. What happens is you start the engine normally, but soon after the immobilizer transponder loses connection and cuts the fuel supply. When that happens, you might get a warning light with a key symbol, but not necessarily. This same happens when the key is damaged or when the engine control unit is bad, which is why a professional diagnosis is needed to narrow down the cause. But if you notice more symptoms along with this one, it's safe to say that the ignition switch is bad. 4. Some auxiliaries not working or working intermittently. You will probably have noticed that in some cars, the radio, lights, horn, lighter, and all other auxiliaries, apart from the dome light and the locks, don't work until you turn the key. That's because the ignition switch sends a signal to all the auxiliaries to turn on or be on standby until the driver turns them on. But before you turn the key to the auxiliary position, all of those components don't get any power. That signal is running through the slider contacts behind the ignition switch, which, as we mentioned, wear out. While that's happening, the engine will keep running and you won't notice any issues with it. But this can also happen in combination with starting and stalling issues. 5. Frequent stalling. We already mentioned that the ignition switch sends a signal to the fuel pump to turn on. That means that those contacts on the back of the ignition switch can cause the fuel pump to shut down randomly and stall the car. The car will then fire back up immediately or after a few seconds of cranking. If it doesn't, there is an easy way to check if the fuel pump is getting power. You just open the trunk and have someone turn the ignition on, and if you hear a slight buzzing, it means the fuel pump is working. But there is also a chance that the ignition switch cuts power to the engine control unit. When that happens, the dashboard warning lights won't turn on when you turn the ignition switch. Keep in mind that random stalling and fuel pump shutting down can be a sign of a faulty fuel pump relay or a bad fuel pump. 6. Engine cranks but won't start. The engine cranking but not starting is another sign that the ignition switch contacts for the fuel pump are bad. But there is also a chance that the immobilizer system is faulty. Almost all immobilizer systems in older cars cut the fuel supply to the engine, which still lets you crank. That's why it's important to do a quality diagnosis before getting a new ignition switch. The sound test we mentioned earlier will also help you here. But again, it could also be a bad fuel pump relay or a bad fuel pump, so it's not conclusive. Testing the fuel pump is fairly easy in most cases, and that will reveal whether or not it's getting power. If the fuel pump isn't getting power, bypass the fuel pump relay and try again. If it still doesn't get power, it continues inspecting the ignition switch. How much does it cost to replace an ignition switch? How much an ignition switch replacement will cost depends on how new the car is and how complicated it is. New ignition switches cost anywhere between $50 and $500 at AutoZone. If you drive an older and cheaper car, expect to pay between $50 and $100 for a new one. If you drive a relatively modern car that's not a premium brand, it will be closer to $150 to $250. And if you drive a premium brand that's also relatively new, a new ignition switch will be $300 to $500, and sometimes even more. Depending on how the ignition switch is set up, you might get a new key with it, and you will have to transfer the old code capsule to the new one. That's fairly easy to do if the new key allows it. Otherwise, you will have to get the new key reprogrammed, and that will cost another $100 to $150. As for labor costs, it also varies widely. It can take as little as 10 minutes to replace an ignition switch, but it can also take an hour or more. That means the labor cost will be anywhere between $50 and $200. Depending on how the car is set up, you might be able to replace the switch yourself. How to replace an ignition switch. Remove the surrounding plastic trim. To remove the ignition switch, you need to access the underside and the backside of it. That means removing the plastic trim under the steering column and the top one just behind the steering wheel. These plastic trims can have a lot of hidden screws and clips, so be careful not to break them. You can also find exploded view diagrams of the steering column for your car to see where each of those screws are. Remove the ignition switch. There are several different ignition switch types, all with different removal procedures. One of those is ignition switches that have bolts on the back of it that hold everything together. You remove those and the switch comes out. On others, there is a small pinhole on the ignition switch housing. You push something into that hole to press the metal tab in, and that releases the ignition switch insert. And then there are ignition switches that just clip into place. This is where a good model-specific guide can help you out a lot. Once you remove the ignition switch, installing a new one is just a reverse process. Why do ignition switches fail? Ignition switches have a good number of moving parts that are fairly sensitive and small, so the number one reason that ignition switches fail is normal wear. The key cylinder springs can also break over time, preventing the key from aligning the lock. And lastly, the electrical contacts behind the switch can wear out and stop sending a signal to the ECU, fuel pump, or starter motor. Can you start a car with a bad ignition switch? Starting a car with a bad ignition switch is possible, but you first have to make sure that the key is turned to auxiliary, which prevents the steering wheel from locking up. To start the engine, you will have to bypass the starter motor relay to crank. Since the key is in the auxiliary position, the fuel pump and engine control unit will be on. You can also push start the car instead of bypassing the starter motor relay. How long do car ignition switches last? Ignition switches almost never come with factory defects, and there is only a handful of cars where ignition switch failure is a common problem. How long it will last depends on how often you start the engine, but for the average driver, that's at least 200,000 miles. Most ignition switches far outlive the car and never cause any problems, but issues after 250,000 miles are not that uncommon. Do you need a new key when replacing the ignition switch? Whether or not you will need a new key when replacing the ignition switch depends on the car. Some ignition switches come in three parts. One part is the key cylinder, the second is the steering lock mechanism, and the third is the electrical contacts. If only the cylinder lock is broken, you will need a new key, or if the ignition switch is a single component. Otherwise, you can only replace the mechanism or electrical contacts without touching the key. To summarize what we talked about in this video, it's important to understand that all of the ignition switch symptoms are shared with other faulty components, so the symptoms alone are rarely conclusive. That's unless you can't pull the key out or turn it. Other symptoms like the engine not cranking but not starting, stalling, and electric auxiliaries not turning on or shutting off randomly are all too vague. But if you get two or more of these symptoms at the same time, it's worth focusing on the ignition switch right away. I hope this video helped. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and follow so you don't miss any of my videos.